What is going on, everybody? Christian Bauer here with Baylor Sports Media, coming at you again today with another college football preview video for the 2020 college football season. And up today, we got a Big 12 team on our hands, the Baylor Bears. Sorry about that. So, getting to look at the Baylor schedule. First off, doing the Baylor Bears, let's look at 2019 for you. Matt Rule leaves as your head coach. He's now in Carolina with the Panthers. That should be fun for the Bucks. Dave Aranda from LSU comes in. He was the defensive coordinator, if I recall. So you get a new head coach. But looking back at last year, 8-2. In the Big 12 overall, not too bad there. Losing streak of 2 to end the year, 11-3 in total. You went 11-1 in the regular season. Your only loss, 34-31, home against Oklahoma. That's not too bad for you. Make the Big 12 championship game, lose in overtime, 30-23. Against Oklahoma, who then went on to make the playoffs. So you lose to Oklahoma twice. That's not too bad. You beat Texas 24-10. You blow out Kansas on the road. They're terrible either way. 61-6. Look at some other wins. 31-12 against Kansas State on the road. You handled them. Oklahoma could not. You lost to Oklahoma. Oh, man. Kind of hopping around on their schedule a little bit. Not going to really get into too much. I mean, the Big 12 is not that deep of a conference. TCU went to 3 overtimes with you guys. 29-3, you pulled that out. You won in double overtime in Texas Tech, 33-30. You had 3 overtime games, all of which you won. One was in regular overtime in the Big 12 championship game. One in triple overtime against TCU. And Texas Tech, double overtime. And you won all those games. Congratulations. Won all. I'm sorry. You won 2 out of the 3. You lost the Big 12 championship game. Then you make the Sugar Bowl. What a way to end your year, losing to Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, 26-14. Yeah, congratulations on that. Georgia's not that bad of a team, though. Don't beat yourselves up. But you probably could have done a little bit better in that game, I think. So, anyway, with that being said, let's look ahead to 2020 for Baylor. Sorry if I seem confused. Just, weird day today. But anyway, open up with Ole Miss, Mississippi, in Houston, Texas, at NRG Stadium, where the Houston Texans play. That's going to be an interesting game for Lane Kiffin and Dave Aranda, 2 first-year head coaches in terms of, I guess, Lane Kiffin's first year being a head coach in the SEC, Dave Aranda's first time being a head coach, period. Anyway, so you open up neutral field, Ole Miss. Then you play 3 games at home. Kansas, some team, Incarnate Word, Cardinals. I don't even know who the heck that is. Louisiana Tech comes to town after that, week 4. Then you go on the road, go to Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman to play Oklahoma. Bye week at Texas Tech, TCU, at Texas, Oklahoma State, at Iowa State, at West Virginia, and home against Kansas State. So I guess, I don't know, you get your last 4 games, 3, or no. Oh, I was looking at that wrong. I'm sorry about that. But your last 3 games, or 2 of them are on the road, 1 at home. being Kansas State the last week of November. So you look at this, go ahead and, Baylor's a good team, I think. I think they're going to do good with Dave Aranda. The question is, how good are they going to be in year one? Matt Rule did a pretty decent job last year before he left to go to Carolina and coach the Panthers. And Baylor didn't even lose a whole lot of talent to the NFL or anything. So I think when you look at it, hold on. Sorry about that. I had to do something real quick. But anyway, so looking at the schedule, I think you start off great in week one. Ole Miss could hang with you. They could win. But if you saw my Ole Miss video, you know that I'm picking Ole Miss to lose this game. So I think Dave Aranda, former SEC coordinator at LSU, part of that 2019 team last year that won the title, leaves there, comes to Baylor for the head coaching job, goes and starts off pretty well with the SEC win over Ole Miss. Again, they're in the Big 12, so don't call me out and say they're not in the SEC. I don't want you to kind of get that mixed up or anything. Think that I got it mixed up, but anyway. So I think they beat Ole Miss. Kansas comes to town. Should be no problem. Kansas is terrible. Baylor's not going to fall off that much. They had a really great year last year. Give them credit. Made the Big 12 championship, I mentioned. Lost to Oklahoma, though. I think Dave Aranda is going to recruit really, really well at Baylor. Especially probably on the defensive side of the ball. Finally get some Big 12 defense up in college football, I guess. So I think you win against Ole Miss. Kansas comes to town. It should be no problem. Again, Kansas is terrible. Incarnate Word Cardinals. Don't even know who the heck that is. That's a home game. That's probably just as bad as Western Carolina, the cupcake Alabama had last year. You should beat them, no problem. Louisiana Tech comes to town. This will be not interesting at all. I mean, come on. It should be no problem. You start out with 3 cupcakes, and I'm not going to count Ole Miss as a cupcake because we don't really know what Lane Kiffin will do there. So I'm not going to count that as a cupcake just yet. So, I mean, give Ole Miss a little bit of credit as of right now. So, but you start out 4-0. Then you have some fun here. Oh, man. At Oklahoma, going to Norman to play the Sooners. Need I say more? Oklahoma is dominating in the Big 12 right now. They've made the playoffs, I guess, 3 years in a row. 4 years in total, but they had that 1 year where they didn't make it. Lincoln Riley's got a great program. He's doing a good job. Actually had a little bit of defense last year, believe it or not. Bringing in that Alex Grinch, I think is his name. That guy comes in. Maybe their defense is a little bit better. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But regardless of that, Spencer Rattler is probably going to be the quarterback. He's a sophomore, and trust me, he's talented. It's going to be interesting to see how Lincoln Riley develops the quarterback there. So that I think right there is your first loss. Then you get a bye week, take a break from the loss, go on the road, play Texas Tech. Texas Tech Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. Should be no problem. Texas Tech is bad, terrible, whatever. I don't know what to say about Texas Texas Tech, I think you could beat them on the road. TCU comes to town. TCU, the team that supposedly Alabama's supposed to play in week 1 if the Pac-12 can't play football. Alabama's supposed to get USC. If Alabama does play TCU, and TCU somehow beats Alabama, I'll give this game to you, but they're not going to beat Alabama, so that's not going to happen. TCU is terrible. I guess they have a couple good players. I mean, they got an O-line. But what else do you say about TCU? When's the last time you saw a player drafted from TCU? When's the last time anyone really mentioned TCU? When's the last time you saw them ranked? Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. You can win that. At Texas. Who did I pick to win this game again? Let me look back. Hold on. I looked back. Texas will lose to Baylor. That is what I predicted. So you'll win that game. I think you beat Oklahoma State at home. At Iowa State, we'll see what they look like. I don't think they're quite to that level, beating everybody at home. But you could probably beat Iowa State. At West Virginia, I think you pull that out, and I think you probably pull out Kansas State as well. So, there. I ran through the schedule, and with that being said, let's see. Let me count losses. At Oklahoma, you'll lose. You probably... I think it's going to be a good year, honestly. I think they run the table, and maybe they go 11-1 and lose only to Oklahoma. I mean, it sets up pretty favorable for them here. So, anyway, looks like my phone's about to die. I'm going to have to plug this in, but 11-1 for Baylor. The only loss will be at Oklahoma. That's really the only team I see them losing to, because Dave Aranda, I get it. They're going to have a new head coach. They got to replace some guys that went to the NFL, right? But they had a good year last year with Matt Rule. Now that he's gone, you get probably a guy that's going to be a better head coach in Dave Aranda from LSU, part of that 2019 championship team. So they're going to be better. I see 11-1 for Baylor, only losing to Oklahoma week 5, October 3rd. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Baylor fans, tell me why you're going to beat Oklahoma, go 12-0, make the playoffs, win the Natty, blah, blah, blah. Other fans, let me know what you think. Do they lose more? Are they going to be better? Worse? Way worse? What do you see Baylor doing? Definitely let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Phone's about to die. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, Ballard Sports Media checking out. Y'all have a good one.